Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special dynamic duo episode back from the grave. I am, oh boy, what am I? I'm trying to think of a nickname. I'm just the Clown Prince of Podcast Trust now.
Oh, you went with the classic.
Yeah,
I like it.
nothing else.
That's fair enough. Well, I'm the raw dog and Kyle Smith.
There you go. Shout out to Taylor Field. And yes, we got Kyle Smith. You're in town for a few weeks, so you're guesting on a podcast here. How's life? Let listeners know you're living in Australia now.
Yeah, I'm living life down under, you know, just
Do the toilets go the other way?
I think the toilets go the other way.
Mhm.
Yep, with massive spiders and snakes.
No poutine. We just had that for lunch.
Yeah, no poutine. What else don't they have there?
You don't.
I've had kangaroo, to tell you the truth.
Oh,
That was pretty interesting.
that disturbs me. You also told me that you're not watching any of their like Australian shitty TV, like their dramas or comedies.
No, they're very drama liked, and I'm just not into that.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then the only sports they have is cricket during the summer, so that's pretty boring to watch. Not
Nice.
into that at all.
For the video people, we're also joined by a third listener. A few for
Oh,
it's a nice clown there.
put it away.
No, he's our guest. You gotta give him a microphone. He's gonna talk.
Yo,
Hi, Kyle.
put that clown
Don't
away.
touch me.
Get that clown out of here. I hate clowns. That's the worst thing you could do.
I didn't even put that there.
Put the Kylo Ren mask on him. Like,
I didn't even just block him. He's not in there. I didn't even put the clown there. Emily a few days ago put it there to like joke with us, and he's just stayed there because we haven't had a 4-person cast. So luckily he stayed here when you were here. So that's great. So
it's making me so nervous.
So we have some topics we're going to talk about today. We're going to do a little 2020 preview of what comic book stuff's coming out. Get Kyle's thoughts on some 2019 stuff he hasn't talked about. We're going to talk about that potential Joker 2 stuff and maybe some rumored Marvel dates. But what I wanted to do first is, you know, there's a lot of reasons that I'm going to announce this certain thing next, and I'm going to get into it. But ladies and gentlemen, in 2020, we're going to be having a certain show. Maybe this certain show come back
We'll never know.
pretty much full time. What did you just say?
You'll never know until
That's
it
what
shows
the
up.
announcement is right
Yeah.
now. That's what I'm announcing right now is so it's for a few reasons, but 2020, maybe a little earlier, but 2020, we're going to be doing Dynamic Duo for sure once a month, but our plan is maybe do twice a month, so maybe one at the beginning, one at the end. You're probably asking how we're going to do that because Kyle lives in Australia. We're going to do some Skyping. We're going to do that. We've been testing out, and then because of that, because it'd be tough if there's only two of us and Skype another person in. I'm already Skyping Kyle, so we talked to him and we thought, why not Skype in a third person? Why not?
Who's this third person you're talking about?
The new fans are like, what the fuck are they talking about? I have no idea. And that's why for some new fans, I'll explain. But we're going to be Skyping in Liam Grogan as well. And we're going to pull Liam out of his little hipster cave, and he's going to come talk about comic book movies or just movies in general with Dynamic Duo, because we used to do, and here I'll give the rundown for the new fans, is we started Geek First, and then the first two ever spin-off shows were Rant, Rave, Repeat, and Dynamic Duo. This new version of Dynamic Duos kind of gave me a combination of those two, because we also, us three, don't get to talk that much. We talk, but not in person that much. So as far as stuff, life going on, or stories, or anything we want to talk about, it's going to happen on that podcast as well. So it's going to be like a nice blender of it, but it's been in the works for a little bit. It's funny because like both separately, Kyle was saying to me once, he's like, man, I just miss talking in-depth movies. And I remember as well, me and Liam, we do the Oscar predictions cast every year. And right after that cast, he's like, man, like we should do this more often. So I knew they were both getting the itch, but it was also last year I didn't start anything because I was very busy, child on the way and stuff like that. So the reason is why my schedule too is because next year, as far as my job, it might be kind of a little all over. And there's things where I'm hoping my plans to always be on Geek First, but there's sometimes where I don't know if it's going to exactly line up with their schedules. Having the job and also having kids, it's kind of tough. So it's tough asking people to maybe podcast at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. That's a great thing for Kyle Smith because it's not that time over there. So for me, I'm a night owl. I can stay up as late as possible. Liam is as well. So that's why I can easily ask Kyle to do a podcast at 10 p.m. because it's not 10 p.m. his time.
It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
And Liam's a teacher, so he's always up doing stuff and whatnot. So that's why that kind of works. So it's a way of like, I'm always going to try to be on GV. That's my main goal. But if I miss it, I don't ever want to feel like I have to have them jump around, or I also don't want to feel like I miss 4 casts in a row and I can't do anything. I want to talk about something. So that's why if I want to talk about something, it'll be on the spin-off show, and these guys are going to join me. I'm not sure what our very first talk's going to be about because it's 2020. We'll have to check out on Liam because Liam's changed a lot since he's been on this podcast.
It's true, yeah.
He's hipster Liam. He's like,
oh, everyone loves this movie. Nah, I don't like that movie.
I don't actually know if there's a movie I've talked to him about that he's loved. Like, what's a movie he loved? I think last time was like Logan, and then everything is like he didn't see Endgame in theaters. So that was crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's the new thing.
Yeah,
you don't see him in theaters anymore.
Or he lied on purpose. He didn't say anything. But for a while, we're like, you see it yet? He's like, I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
Have you seen Endgame? Nope. But I make sure my students don't tell me anything about that movie.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go see it? Nah.
Yeah. Sounds like he hated Joker. So that'll be exciting to get because you and I both love Joker. So that'll be exciting to talk to him about. And that was a movie I thought he was going to really enjoy.
Yeah. No, I guess not.
Yeah. So in the few months, I'll probably put up a classic episode in the feed so you guys can get affiliated with our chemistry. But we go, well, you guys go way more back than... I guess we've almost known each other now for 7 years, so it's coming on a decade. It's crazy. But you and Liam went to school together.
Yeah.
We have a good chemistry. We had lots of fun. So if you like what we do in the past, you're going to like it already. And if you're new, trust us. You're going to like it. We're going to figure out everything. And like I said, I don't think there'll be a video version. I think it'll probably just be audio because video, I've done that with Liam a few times, but it's hard recording wise.
I imagine so.
I think it'll just be audio. We're going to figure out, obviously, I will do editing to make the mics as pristine as possible, but obviously they're not going to be as pristine as this because Kyle's sitting across from me, but movie editing, my friend. So, anything you want to say? You excited to be back doing it? At least we're keeping it light first, once, twice a month. We're all busy, but you excited to be talking about it at all?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get back into it again. Like, luckily for me, I get to watch some of these movies a day before these guys. So
son of a bitch. Yeah. I know we're in the way of like we won't do it to Still Geek versus Thunder, but man, if Dynamic Duo back in the day when we were competing a bit, we could have had reviews out earlier right now, even a day out earlier. But no, we won't do that.
No,
but
not at all.
This guy saw a Joker before me. I was really mad because I was just like, that's my movie I wanted to see so bad. And
it came out of the theaters like, wow, this is a great movie. Travis is just waking up at that point in time.
Oh my god. Yeah, so no, it's going to be exciting. I'm very excited. It's going to be fun. I've missed it. So this is a way that we can't all live in the same place. And Liam doesn't live here either. So that's the thing, like, we all live different places, but this is a way to bring the dynamic duos back. I'm not going to change the name because Dynamic Duo is great, but when it's the three of us doing it, it's not really a duo.
Dynamic Trio.
Yeah, maybe I'll just call it that. It just who knows. But yeah, so that's back. So look for that in 2020. That's going to be lots of fun. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see what's up with Liam. You know, what does he like now?
Yeah, I'm pretty interested to see what he's into. But I haven't really, like, for myself, I don't really watch a lot of the new Oscar, like, nominated movies. So it'd be cool to, like, kind of start getting into that a little bit.
Oh, you're going to watch those. I thought me and Liam could just cover those. You don't have to watch those.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's perfect.
Yeah, that's a separate thing. Yeah. Kyle's worried I gave him a bunch of homework. Oh, my God. How many did he? And plus, it might be good to have the other side because I think Liam was so many times against us, but now if there's like he's really harder on movies nowadays, it's gonna be tough. You know, like he was. You should have heard him. He was pretty hard on Black Panther last year and got nominated.
He was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, why did this movie get like nominated and like all this stuff? And you're like, wow, it was a really good movie. So
and that's why we'll keep the Rant Rate Repeat stuff too, because we'll talk about random stuff. That's how we start Rant Rate Repeat too. We talked about like. Very random stories, our lives and stuff like that. So I'm sure it'll be a good way to get that stuff out when we haven't really talked about that much. So
yeah, it's true.
What we're going to talk about today, I already gave you guys the topics, but what we're going to start off with is the 2020. But first, I just wanted to get your thoughts for the fans. So this year we had Dark Phoenix come out, we had Joker come out, we had Endgame, we had Spider-Man Far From Home, Captain Marvel. I think, and Shazam. You never saw Shazam, did you?
I have not seen Shazam.
Yeah, don't worry about Shazam. It's very overrated.
It didn't look like that great of a movie.
So
anyways.
I know you saw those five.
And I guess Into the Spideyverse, is that what it is?
That was not last year.
That was last year.
Were you in Australia at that time? Did it come out in 2019 for you guys?
No, that was in last year Christmas.
No, it wasn't last year. Yeah, you're right about that. I remember.
It was this year.
It was last year, but you weren't moved away last year.
No, I was here. Yeah,
some fun life stuff was going on. I remember.
Good times, living my best life.
Should I return these presents?
Yeah,
that's what we'll talk about one day. Rant Rate Repeat.
That's a great Rant Rate Repeat story.
Yeah, exactly. Last Christmas was wild for all of us. There's also a thing that I can't wait to share my Facebook memories. Last year during Christmas, I posted the picture of Arnold and Turbo Man when it like a camera zooms in and he's like shocked in the camera. Everyone just thought I was watching Turbo Man or Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But that was the day I found out that I was having another child. So I posted like the Arnold shock gif and everyone's like, I love that movie. I'm like, yeah, me too. But I was like, This was earlier than I was expecting, and I put this. So yeah, last Christmas, lots of stuff went down.
Yeah.
Liam, who knows?
Who knows? Teacher life.
Yeah, hidden children. No,
Yeah.
I'm joking.
He does not do that.
No, not to my knowledge. I don't know. No, I'm joking. I should stop. So, what do you think about? How do you think, on the whole, the year was for comic book movies? Obviously, you didn't see Shazam, but like I said, Dark Phoenix, Spider-Man, Endgame, and Captain Marvel. Those are like the 5 big ones.
Yeah, there was a lot of big movies that came out. They were great to watch.
I will not rank them because we're doing Golden Geeks in the year, like the awards, so that's why I won't reveal my personal list because spoilers. But I wanted to get for the fans for you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I quite enjoyed all of them. Like when Captain Marvel came out, I remember that was a pretty big movie to see such a strong like female character to play such a dominant role, and I think she killed. I forget her name, but
Brie Larson.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been out of the loop here.
You have been. We're going to bring you back in.
Yeah, so she did an amazing job, and I was blown away by that movie. And like, obviously, I want to watch another one too. So, which we're gonna get, and then just seeing how that tied into Endgame and how well they like put that all together. Like even Endgame was just unreal. Just all the graphics, like the cinematography, like the writing, like even like. Just before we started casting this, we kind of started watching Endgame
Watch the
again.
first 10 minutes.
While I was trying to like finish poutine, and I totally forgot about the first scene. Like spoilers if you haven't seen Endgame.
Oh, don't worry, don't worry about that.
But like still, like the first scene where like Hawkeye's like family just like dusts away, and you're like, oh right, like it just like smacks, like hits you right in the face, like to remind you, like, oh yeah, don't forget, like half of everybody in the population of the world dies, or like, I guess the universe dies. Yeah,
everybody. Yeah, it just says the entire universe. So yeah.
So
half the living things. So technically, animals went away.
Yeah.
Like that. And then there's this whole debate about what happens with trees because they're living things, and I go, calm down, PETA. It's fine. I know they're different things, but still.
So
Spider-Man, you were a big fan of too.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
You called me Spider-Man. That was when I think you were getting the itch, like you really want to talk about it. And I'm like, man, it's 6 a.m. here. I gotta get to work. And you're like, oh, but they did this and they did this. I was like, yeah, they did.
Yeah, Spider-Man was really good. I really enjoyed it. The whole like different ways of going to Europe and how they kind of tied it all together. So
you happy we're getting another Spider-Man MCU? Because for a while,
we didn't know if it were going to happen. Yeah. So that's nice that they're keeping it, and that Disney just bought out Fox.
Yeah. No. They did buy out Fox. You just learned that when you got back, Kyle. Because we were watching Disney Plus the other day. He was back. He's like, why is The Simpsons on here? And I was like, well, they bought Fox. And I think you'd known that, but you're like,
I forgot.
You're like, right.
Well, I didn't think like, oh, that's what comes with Fox as well, too.
Everything. They got everything but Fox Sports and Fox News. So just like that stuff. They made a deal with Sony, and the deal is that they're going to make one more Spider-Man movie in the MCU, and then he's in one other crossover.
Yeah.
Unannounced. We don't know what he's going to be in. So, but he's going to be. So 2 more left, and then the other make a deal or it'll be over. So I'm not sure. We'll talk about it in a little bit because 2 movies are Spider-Man centric without Spider-Man in them next year.
Yeah. So
Dark Phoenix, you watched on the flight over?
Yeah, that's a long flight.
I can let you know, spoilers, me, Kyle, and Kirkland were going to do a commentary track if he had not seen it for the first time to close the X Retro. And then one of the first things he says when he walks in, he's like, so I watched Dark Phoenix on the plane. I'm like, you bastard. I should have said something. That was my fault. But so what did you think about that? Because also you watched all the X-Men.
I've seen all the X-Men
Retro.
now.
Yeah, and we did. We reviewed every single one for the podcast before Dark Phoenix came out.
Yeah.
Me and Kirkland both were not a big fan of the movie when it came out.
I'm not a big fan of the movie either. That was kind of a struggle to watch.
Even on a plane.
But I knew what I was expecting, so I feel like it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Expectations were pretty low.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, okay, like this is what I thought it was gonna be. So just keep rolling with the punches. Essentially, you're like, oh yeah, like now not forgetting her name, but
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, J-Law. Like she died in like the first 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I was like
we talked about.
I'm like, oh, we talked about this, and like we kind of predicted this whole movie.
Well, and also when the director comes up before the movie and says, "Oh, Mystique dies," you're like,
why? Like, why? You could have just had that as a surprise, and that would have been great. But nope. So it was all right. Like,
so overall, I think good year for you. You like them all except kind of Dark Phoenix. Shazam, you still got to see, but I think Shazam you'll be fine with. It's not amazing. People love it, but I did not love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll watch it. I guess I'll have to watch it. But
it's no Wonder Woman, which we're gonna be talking about.
Oh, Wonder Woman.
So let's get into that. So 2020. So like I said, I'll be revealing my top picks. Oh, you didn't even talk about. You said we talked about when we were talking about Liam, but Joker you loved.
Yeah, Joker, great. Loved it.
So I'll ask you this because I'm not going to reveal the same thing for my vote. If let's say you're Golden Geeks and let's say it's down to Endgame versus Joker. I'm just saying that because there's lots of movies out this year, but I just have a feeling with the geeks in the podcast, I hear how people talk. What would your vote go towards?
For me, it'd be pretty difficult because there are two different directions of like a movie I really want, which is I love the Joker for how gritty it is and more like not real. It's not kind of realistic.
I think it's the most. I think it's the most realistic comic movie we've ever gone for, like a Marvel and DC, because there's nothing fantastical. It's very down and dirty,
down to earth, and
you could see most of it happen. Yeah, at the end he gets like it's pretty convenient some stuff that happens, but you could see this guy becoming that guy. You know?
100%. Meanwhile, like Endgame was just like a blockbuster, like a cinematography movie of it was unreal, and just seeing everything, all the movies and everything we've done for reviews from all the prior Marvel movies to get this to kind of close it off. It was like, wow, this was pretty good. Great
ending.
So,
but that's not the question. I asked you which one would you pick.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to go back and forth and decide which one.
Time is what he's doing. Talking about the cinematography again while he's killing time.
I think I have to go Endgame.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I was surprised because you just came to that Joker screening really pumped. You're like,
I know. Joker was really good. I saw a second time like the night after, I'm pretty sure too. Yeah. It was so good, but I think just overall.
So you saw Joker twice, but you didn't see Endgame twice.
Yeah, that is true.
That's crazy. Yeah,
that is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I haven't. I think I'm pretty much decided my vote, but it was tough. I did think. I've thought about it a lot, but then I thought it was gonna be a lot harder, but it hasn't been. But it's tough. Last year was very tough for a while when it was Black Panther and Infinity War, but then Spider-Verse came out and it made it easy for me because I loved Spider-Verse and that got my vote and that was the winner. So yeah, stay tuned to that because we'll be doing that, and then we're also gonna be doing one for the. There might be some other guests, but me, Taylor, and Kirkland, we're gonna do a Golden Geeks for the entire decade. So like every single kind of geek movie, like what's the best sci-fi? What's that? Yeah, it's gonna be a massive one. But there's only one time to do it, right? It's the end of the decade, so it's like we're moving to a new one. And it's the one chance. So
you're not wrong.
So kicking off the first decade, what our first topic is gonna be after that we've just caught with Kyle is I'm gonna go down what's coming out in 2020 for Marvel and DC, and you know what? I'm gonna give you an out of 5, and I'm gonna ask you what you feel about it, and then you can give it a 5 as far as your Richter.
Wow.
Your Richter scale. We'll just move past that. But your Richter scale of how excited you are.
This guy's raw dogging over here.
So yeah, Taylor's a bad influence. So February 7th, 2020, the very first comic book movie of the year, Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn. How are you feeling about that? I asked because I know when you saw a trailer before Joker, I didn't know exactly how he felt, but I could tell he was uneasy about it and he was unsure about it. So now that
still unsure.
It's gonna be Harley Quinn, a bunch of female other heroes teaming up to take off some bad guys.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Obviously, you saw that trailer. What are your thoughts on this? It's the first comic movie of next year.
I guess Suicide Squad has like really bad taste.
Yeah, it's different director, different writers.
Those director and writers, but I feel like you're still within that universe that they're playing off of, and so it'll be interesting to see where they go from that. But I kind of just wish they just weren't part of that same universe and just did something else.
It's tough because Harley Quinn is so tied to that Suicide Squad and Joker, right? But I would tell you that I think other than that trailer when she's like breaking out with the Joker, I think it's part of that universe, but I think it's gonna be pretty far away from that stuff. Yeah, that's
which is true.
I think Jared Leto's not in this movie. They hired a double to play the Joker, and there's some scenes rumored, but you don't see his face, the Joker's face. So it's the Jared Leto's Joker, but you can't see him, which is good for all of us. So yeah.
I don't know. I'm still like uneasy. I'll have to wait till we see it when it comes out. But even like seeing the trailer, it's like I still don't really know yet.
Yeah. But you love Margot Robbie.
I did love Margot Robbie.
I did. What changed?
No, I still do.
She's not single anymore. Yeah. I did love her. Yeah.
That's all I have for that.
No, what's your number now?
Oh, my number out of 5.
Yeah.
It's a 3.
Wow. So almost 50%.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet?
Yes, I have.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was great.
Speaking of Margot Robbie, great movie.
Yeah.
I'll break the mold and say this is. I'll give a
What
minor
was yours?
spoiler
Yeah.
for. What I'm going. I'm not moving
Okay.
on.
Yeah,
I'm giving my
okay.
spiel now.
Yeah.
I let you hit the floor.
Yeah.
Get off. It's my turn. It's my solo. No, I'm at a 5.
A 5.
Yeah. I love the art style. I love the look. You already have me locked in as far as Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. I think that's a top 10 performance.
100%.
We did. You, me, and Liam did a list a long time ago. These guys, specifically more Liam, did not let me get her on the list at all. He said it's either Michelle Pfeiffer or her, and I lost because Michelle Pfeiffer wins every time. But so you got Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. That's one. I think this idea of like a girls team up girls like Guardians of the Galaxy thing would really work. It's smart they're releasing it Valentine's Day week. I think that's gonna be huge because it's twofer because I think you have people that are like myself that have a female, or it doesn't even matter male, but you have people that like more maybe rom-coms that would want to see this movie that have a significant other that like the combo. Like I'm saying, this looks like it could be a very girly movie in a good way. The aesthetic, like the poster, the trailer, it's very like flashy and glittery and all that. So you have the combo of if there's a couple for a male and a female, you have girls that would like that, then you have a male, it's a comic book movie, I like that. Also, I think there's a lot of females that, if they're all single, would go together and go see this movie. Valentine's Day, we're all single.
You think that?
Deadpool came out Valentine's Day, and I feel like when we saw it, there was tons of female in that audience, and I feel like it is a like, especially this one with all the females in it. It's a hey, this is happening. It looks like fun. It's a girl team up, like screw the world type movie. We're all single, even if you're not single. You got a shitty boyfriend who's done nothing for you Valentine's Day. Yeah. Let's go see it. So that's like the money wise. I think it's gonna be huge. But she's great in it. The guy Ewan McGregor plays Obi-Wan. He's the villain in it.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite villains, Black Mask. So I got some like comic book bias why I'm excited.
Would make sense, yeah.
But it's just that trailer, I really liked it. From the tone of the second it opened with her telling Black Canary, she's like, oh, you know what the definition of Harley Quinn? It's someone that's meant to serve. And to me, that's like the perfect iteration for what Harley Quinn is. She's always just this object. So I'm excited to see when she's broken on her own, these adventures. I think it's just going to be a really good time. That's what I compare it to, is I think it's going to be, I think DC with Suicide Squad was going for that to be their Guardians, but it didn't really pan out for most of us. For most of us, if you like that.
You know what?
Taylor
Some
Field,
people like it.
10 out of 10 movie for Taylor Field.
Still to this day.
It is, because one time I bug him about that all the time. He's like, oh, I got to watch that again. And then he watched it again. He's like, yeah, still 10 out of 10.
Wow.
It didn't change.
That Killer Croc.
Oh, he loves
MTV
Killer Croc.
thing.
He's waiting for like the Walking Phoenix Killer Croc movie where it's all serious and he's like getting scaly. He's a stand-up comedian. What's the deal with cages? No. So I love everything about it. Got Kyle. It's just, honestly, I can't wait. I love the trailer. I love the tone. So yeah, this is one of my most. I don't know if it's my most, but one of my most anticipated next year. So
wow,
I think it's just gonna make lots of money, barring like not bad reviews and people come out like it's crap. I don't think it will be. I think it's gonna be good. She's producing it, and she's all in on Harley Quinn because
she's producing it too.
Yeah. She is. This was her idea actually to do this movie. She went to Warner Brothers and she was reading comics and she says, I want to do this. So
was she reading comics because she was trying to get the role of?
No, this was after Suicide Squad.
Oh,
yeah, she was just reading comics, and I imagine that maybe they were talking about, hey, we want to do more with you. What would you like to do? And she got a bunch of comics because there for a while there was like a Harley Quinn solo movie, there was a Joker and Harley Quinn movie, and then there was like other team up movies. But I imagine she just read it and was like, I want to do this. And Margot Robbie has enough power in Hollywood right now. I'd say she's. Who do you think is the most popular actress right now? I feel like she is one, if not most. I know it's like you got her, you got Emma Stone. But I feel like if you were, I guess it comes down to if you were to go down a street and there's 50 random people.
And I guess like J-Law already had her.
Yeah, I think she's on, not, I won't say like a massive decline, but I don't think she's at the peak right now. That was a few years ago, you know. I would say, I guess I'm probably wrong. I feel like if you ask 50 people, they'd probably more know Emma Stone. But I feel that Margot Robbie's getting up there. I think people... In my opinion, if I...
Well, Emma Stone's, I guess, has been in a lot of movies lately as well, too.
La La Land. And even then, she's known for a lot of rom-coms she did back in the day, right? But
yeah, that's true.
I would say she's one of the most popular actresses, Margot Robbie. So I think that helps. And I think that's why you do a movie. She says, hey, I want to do this movie. So I do it. So
yeah, fair enough.
So I hope another trailer gets you excited there, Kyle.
Maybe a second trailer will get me more into it.
Yeah. So it's a 5 for me. That's big time.
5.
So
that's big.
So this is a movie. Well... I don't know. We'll quickly talk about. I don't think it's gonna actually come out.
I hate this clown, man.
What, talking about Jared Leto and Suicide Squad. The New Mutants is scheduled to come out next year. You remember that X-Men movie a long time ago that keeps getting delayed and delayed?
Yeah.
Well, it's apparently delayed again to this, but
it's gonna get delayed again.
yeah, I don't even know if it's gonna come out. I think they're just gonna drop it on Hulu or something like that. I don't have much to say about it, so I'm just gonna give it a 1 and move on because I don't think we'll be seeing it in April.
Yeah.
You're in the same.
Sure, I'm in the same boat. I don't even know much about it.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's why I'm skipping it too, because it could be a whole new movie by the time we get it. I'm excited to talk to you about this one. So the first MCU movie to come out next year is the first one since what did we get last? Spider-Man is Black Widow, May 1st, 2020. So what do you think about Black Widow movie? It's taking place in between Civil War and Infinity War. So remember when she kind of pimped off and whatnot. So it's a prequel. There's not much known about the plot other than it seems like some people from her past are maybe hunting her down. There's another agent in there that's being trained to maybe take her place as like a sidekick. They call her sister, but I think it's not like her by blood sister, just like Black Widow. So how do you just in general feel about a ScarJo Black Widow prequel movie? That's the first MCU movie next year.
It's kind of weird considering that she dies in Endgame.
Wow, spoilers. No,
yeah, already called spoilers earlier. So like, obviously it's exciting to still see her in the MCU and being part of it, but at the same time, it's like I kind of would almost want like, okay, like we have our Endgame, like let's try to start moving on. I don't want to kind of go retrospective, but at the same time, like it's not because I don't like the character. Like I do really like the character. I just want to continue on this new journey of stories instead of rehashing the old stuff.
Yeah.
But so I'm still excited. Like,
yeah. I'll still see it.
You still obviously see it.
Yeah.
But I guess like for me, it just feels kind of backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of like, Spider-Man was kind of like that though too.
Which was?
Oh wait, no, never mind.
Captain Marvel, maybe.
No, disregard that. I had a brain fart.
Kyle had a brain fart.
Yeah.
So is it primarily just it's for you? It's just because it's a prequel. It's backwards. That's why.
Yeah.
What would be your number you're giving this?
I'll still give it like a 3.
Wow. So same as you have the same excitement for Birds of Prey as you do this.
Yeah. Well, because I have to see more.
Yeah. There's not been a trailer yet.
Yeah. There hasn't been a trailer. Like, yeah, it's exciting, but I'll have to see more. Obviously, it's Marvel, so it's going to be good. So, like, not too worried that's going to be a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's kind of like how when Ant-Man came out, I was the same way as well, too. Like, Ant-Man 2, we're like, oh, we're going to see it in theaters. Like, I know what this is about. Like, it's going to be a good movie, like, good watch, but I don't really need to go see it right away.
But you enjoyed Ant-Man 2, didn't you?
I enjoyed Ant-Man 2. Just it was everything I expected.
You saw it before Endgame, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
Of course I did.
I just making sure.
I saw all the movies before Endgame.
Yeah. Some scrubs out there. I am. So I'm the difference of. I like the character enough, but it's never been one of my favorites in either comics, but either just the MCU. I think they've done a good job there. I think as the movies went on, it got better and better. But so it's two things. One, I don't care that much about the character. I like it enough. And two, it is a prequel thing. I'm not a big prequel fan. I always say this if it's a prequel. I kind of already.
But the Star Wars prequels are the best Star Wars films.
They're the best ones, 10 out of 10. All those films are they're the best. Metachlorians, pod racing, Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks' favorite character.
I hope he's in The Rise of Skywalker.
He better be in The Rise of Skywalker.
I hope the Emperor's like, oh, I also brought this guy back too. If that hood came off and those stupid Darth Jar Jar videos were all real and like he's been pulling the whole I'd probably walk out of my seat and leave.
That was the biggest Reddit stream I've ever read.
Oh, there was so many when that stupid theory was going around. And I would sit down with this review and would just say, don't see this movie. It's a 1 out of 10 and walk out of the room. I'd not want to talk about it at all,
just being like the Killing Joke. At the beginning. Oh yeah, that's good. The second half. What is happening?
Yeah. So Black Widow will not have Jar Jar, so that's a big point already. But with prequels, it's just she's dead. We know what's going on. There can be fun stories, but this will just be, to me, unless they just kick it out of the park and they make a really kick-ass like spy sort of film.
It goes nowhere because
no. Well, the only thing is unless they set something up, because some people have speculated that this girl she's training might become the new Black Widow. I don't think so. I think she's going to be end up being a bad guy in my opinion, because the thing is, the villain of this movie you've never seen before. He's from the comics. His name is Taskmaster, and what he's known for is he's just like a like a Cap or Black Widow. He's just like weapons and trained, but he's known for like studying his opponents and like finding a way or adapting their fighting style.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they haven't announced who's playing him, and we haven't seen his actual face without the mask. My theory is, I think that the girl she's training is going to end up being this villain, because my whole thing is, so we have this girl she's training, and you haven't seen this girl act. Her name's Florence Pugh. She's fantastic. So if she goes on to be a new Black Widow, great. But if she doesn't, or whatever, if she in this movie's in between Civil War and Infinity War. Why did we not hear a single peep of this person that is so important to her? Some trainee, some sister-like character, like Infinity War. And even if she said, like, yeah, I had somebody disappear on me too. No, there's nobody. She has nobody. That's why she threw herself off that cliff. Like, yeah, to make the ledger, like, right, or get the red off her ledger. But it's like, she has nobody. This is her family, the Avengers. So I think something bad is going to happen with this, like, apprentice. And I like being in that time frame of after Civil War, because it's interesting because she's on the run. So I think I don't think it's gonna be a bad movie. I just don't have much interest. I'd be much more interested if she was alive, because this would be progressing, something we'd be moving forward.
Exactly, yeah.
But I don't know, like maybe we get a Hawkeye cameo, that's cool, Sam Jackson, but like there's
definitely
nothing.
Definitely get a Hawkeye cameo.
You think so?
Oh, 100%.
Well, he has his own show. He's busy now, you know. I think he will. You probably will. I'm just for excitement, I would give it. So I gave Birds of Prey 5. I would give this. I'll take the cut. I'll take a 3. I'm just excited. I of course will see this movie. I'll review it. Hopefully I love it, but it's nothing.
I think it'll still be good no matter what.
Yeah, like here's a little minor spoilers too. When we do our Geekverse 2019 preview, we always pick 5 movies that we're most excited for. This is probably not even the top 10, 15, maybe even 20, depending. It's just like,
wow.
I just don't care that much about the character. I like her, but it's just there's much more other characters I'd rather see a movie of. So
fair enough.
That's my level. What do we got next coming out here? So that's May. Oh, so this should be interesting. So Wonder Woman 1984, June 5th, 2020. So the sequel to Wonder Woman. It is a prequel again. So it's in between Wonder Woman and Justice League.
You know, I really don't like prequels.
I hate prequels so much. And then we don't know why, but somehow Steve Trevor comes back in this movie. We don't know why, but he is. And then Kristen Wiig. Yeah. I'm not trying to say this to make comment. Kristen Wiig is playing the villain of this movie.
What?
So,
I like Kristen Wiig. Like,
hang on. And she plays a villain called Cheetah, and that is a person that becomes a human cheetah. Yeah.
Can she do it without laughing, like making it a comedy?
Well, I'll start. So you can go back. Me, Kyle, Tyler Briggs, and Taylor, we got to do the early screening of Wonder Woman. It was great. We drove to Vancouver.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, we saw it 3 weeks early. It was great. We loved it. Especially that was the time where I liked BVS, but you didn't really like Man. Well, we both did not like Man of Steel. We didn't like Suicide Squad. So it was really like we needed a win. Wonder Woman came in, huge win. I think there's been so many comic book movies now and stuff, but I think at that point it was like in the top 10 for comic movies. I don't know if I could say that now. Could you still say that, do you think?
Pretty hard, but she might be up there.
She might be in like those last few slots. Yeah, I think she's like top. It's like
it was really good. Did Liam like it?
No. He liked it enough. I think he said it was a right step, but he didn't enjoy it as much because I think Keegan also saw it with us. Remember?
Oh right. Yeah.
And everyone loved it. And Liam was like, that's when he started to be. I said we lost him when he moved to Vancouver. Something happened. He got some sort of project done to him, some experiment, and they like took it out. He's always said though too, it's because like I think I'm paraphrasing, but most of his friends out there aren't into this stuff, so whenever he talks about it, so I think he kind of lost a little bit of love when he's like, oh, you guys, how about this? And everyone's like, I don't care about fucking Endgame.
Yeah.
So true. And plus remember he also, his theater, isn't it like miles and miles away, so it's a pain in the ass to see a movie.
That's when he was living on the island, so
yeah. So I think something happened on that island, you know. So so we both enjoyed Wonder Woman. I think at least now it's still a top 25 comic movie. I think it's better than a lot of MCU movies. Gal Gadot, fantastic. Like Justice League wasn't that great, but she was still good in it. So for me, same director's coming back, you know, writers and everything, so that's good. The three big, to me, it's kind of like baseball. The 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. And that's why I will give this, to spoil my rating, I'll give this a 2.5, a 50.
Oh, wow.
The reason I'm so low, and I should be higher, if I just go with the quality of the first one, I'm higher. It's like, it's a 4.5, maybe even 5 for me. The only reason why I wouldn't be a full-on 5 is because I'll start with strike number 1. We just talked about it, and Kyle's rolling his eyes, is the prequel. Yeah. I'm done with it. That same thing even with the first Captain America. I was like, I can't wait till he's in present day. I thought the same thing with Wonder Woman. Like, I can't wait until she's in present day, but No, we're doing the prequel. Okay, fine. You can do some 80s, whatever. But the thing is,
well, that's the thing in right now.
oh, it's huge.
Stranger
Stranger Things, everything. Yeah. So I get it. Fine, cool. Get into, what's going to come from it, though, some really cool Wonder Woman 80 themed merch. So that's going to be really sick. Yeah. And make some guy merch, because that's what I hate with these like female superheroes. I know how females feel now. It's like, I'm willing to wear a Wonder Woman guy's t-shirt if it looks cool, but there's so many times where none of it, that you don't make that for us. It's like, I'll to give you my money. So one is the prequel, because one, also we know Diana, she lives, she goes on to BVS and Justice League and does all that, so that's fine. And then the other thing is, we also know that Steve Trevor, which I'll talk about as my second con, he obviously dies or disappears again, because in Justice League and BVS, she's always talking about him moping around that, I lost somebody or blah, blah, blah. So,
like, I don't understand how he could still be alive.
Well,
I know they're going to explain it somehow.
Yeah, I don't, it's going to be some sort of magic or something like that. I don't know. Maybe she makes a deal with the devil or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but then he dies again. So
he dies again, yeah. Or maybe it's a villain in disguise as him. I don't know. But that's Kyle's for all his eyes that all these things have thrown on. And that's the main point. That's my number 2. Is I just thought that was done so perfectly. Their romance was one of the best comic romances ever. And I just don't. I thought it had a perfect endpoint. You disagree?
It's pretty up there, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why when I say, why do you like? You're like.
Well, I was just thinking if I like the Emma Stone and.
I said one of the best. I didn't say the best.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
That's probably.
And Andrew Garfield.
It's probably the best one, Emma and Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I put the other one I always put up high is Deadpool and Vanessa.
Yeah.
I'd say Iron Man and Pepper. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
And then Emma and Andrew, Wonder Woman and the Steve Trevor.
Yeah.
What would be a fifth one? What's a good romance? It's top 10, but you know what? It's actually underrated. I like Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly in those Ant-Man movies. They got good chemistry, but I'm not putting it top 5. I think.
And I guess you have Hulk and Black Widow, but like, is it
I
really?
wouldn't put that top 10.
It's not. Well, it's kind of something.
But I'm going with chemistry, like the best ones.
Yeah.
Wolverine and that girl from Origins, Yeah. I'm trying to think. Flashbacks. Like a fifth one. Man, I feel like it should just be on the tip of my tongue. Like, what have we got lately? We've gone Black Panther.
Oh, I guess you have Tobey Maguire's.
I don't think I put him top 5 though. There's some wooden acting going on in there.
I'm just saying there's like another.
I know, you're throwing them out.
Throwing some ideas.
I can't think of like another fifth one that's like. So we've got Black Panther, we've got Ant-Man, we've got in Endgame, we've got in Captain Marvel, but there was no love in there.
No, which is actually great.
Yeah, I think you like that.
Yeah.
Kyle's realizing he hates romances, but there you go. You got a top 4. I'll just top 5. I'll go the original Superman and Lois Lane. There you go. I'll just throw those in there. I'm sure. Oh well, for me actually, I'm wrong. A top 5 for me is definitely Batman Returns with Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer, Batman and Catwoman. Some good stuff going on there. That's probably my number 1.
Yeah.
So where the fuck were we? So great romance they had, but the thing was that felt like it was that like. Star-crossed lovers, like, we were so close, could have been in love, but he had to die and we're gone. So I just don't know the purpose of bringing him back, and we just know the result. We know he's going to disappear, whether he's bad, whether he's good. It's just, I feel like it's already been there, done that territory, and I feel like that's a very sequel thing to do, so that disappointed me. And 3 is, I like Kristen Wiig a lot. SNL, I was very 50-50. Either I loved her sketches or I hated them. But I'm a fan of hers. I just don't think this is. I'm not sure if you heard this rumor a while back ago, but there was a rumor. Oh, I told you about that. Seth Rogen was going to play Penguin, and I told you like my big hang up was I just don't see him not being Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
I've not seen a performance yet from Kristen Wiig that would make me believe that she could be a villain. What is that term? A villain I could take serious in a comic book movie. If for some reason Cheetah is supposed to be this comedic villain, then fine. But I don't think that works in a Wonder Woman. For some reason, if they said Kristen Wiig was going to be a villain in an MCU movie, I could believe that because they have some humor-filled villains. But Wonder Woman, I just don't see it. Have you seen those trailers for those Cats movies?
No.
It looks awful, and I'm just also wondering about what the effect's going to look like, but that's my fears. I don't know. Hopefully she'll prove me wrong, because
I hope so.
Heath Ledger proved me wrong, but also when Jesse Eisenberg got cast as Lex Luthor, I went, that's not good, and it's turned out being not good, so it can go anyway, but those are my 3 strikes as it's a prequel. Why is Steve Trevor back again? And Kristen Wiig as the villain could go very bad. So that's why
or it could go really well.
Yeah, it could be a surprise. This could be the performance that turns me around. But I just go off what I've seen so far, and I go, I don't know. And this is
I just think of Bridesmaids, and I'm like, oh,
Ghostbusters, and
I didn't see the female Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's on Canadian Netflix. It's fine. It's not good.
I have Australian Netflix.
Yeah, is it on there? You should check.
Maybe.
And watch it right away.
Okay,
right away.
that's
Screw
first
the
thing I'll do.
Mandalorian. So yeah, I think 2.5 is low, but all I will also say with this is all I need is one good trailer, and I could easily get up to, because we're doing this when is this November 24th of 2019. One good trailer could get me up to even like 4 status, but just the hearing it, like the pitch, the elevator pitch, like the agent comes to me like, this is what we're doing, I'd be like, I don't think we should greenlight this one, but they greenlit it because I have no power at all.
Yeah,
so
and they know it's going to make money anyways. Cause
for sure. Yeah, it's definitely going to make money. Gal Gadot's a bigger star. It's one of them too. I think the 80s thing will help it, even though I think now, I feel like for more movie fans, it's becoming a bit more of an eye roll because it's like, there's so many like, we're doing it in the 80s. But I think for people like my mom, like, Wonder Woman's in the 80s. That's fun, you know?
Yeah,
so
it's true. Yeah.
So yeah,
So Marvel was great. Like Captain Marvel was great because it's in the 90s.
Oh yeah, it's a gimmick. Oh yeah,
bring back that blockbuster.
9 Inch Nails shirt, the whole shebang. So I think a 2.5 is low, but that is just it's not a fail. But
I don't think that's low. Well, nah.
It's lower than I would expect if you were to ask me. If you were to ask right after you walked out of Wonder Woman and they said, how excited are you for a sequel? Wouldn't you be like a 5 or a 4 at least?
100%. But I guess technically it is a sequel.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why the information we've gotten is a little particular.
It is a sequel. It is a. It's not really. We've gone back and forth.
It's a sequel prequel because technically, if you just don't count BV, it's a sequel to Wonder Woman, but it's not a sequel to those other movies.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a sequel prequel. It's like those Terminator movies all the time. All of them are sequel prequels because technically they're going back, but then it's a sequel to it. So where are you on this?
I think I'm gonna stick to my 3. Like, I'm going back to 3, where like I am kind of excited, but at the same time, like indifferent. I'm just indifferent. Like I'll have to see more from a trailer as well too. But like so far, the 3 movies that we've gone over, like it's not like I'm more excited to see one over the other.
Yeah, they're all same type of. I will say though, because there's I think there's rumors in 2022. There's like that's when the next Spider-Verse is coming out. That's when Black Panther's coming out.
Yeah.
I think there's rumors that's when Blade's coming out.
Yeah.
I love that year is like the year of like the black man. This year is like definitely 2020 is the year of the female. Like you look at that Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn, you got Black Widow and then Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Those are 3 massive like. Which is the cool thing to think when we were getting like there had been Catwoman, some other female hero movies, but none of them were big or were good or were successful. So it's so funny that already, which is a good thing, when Wonder Woman came out, we're talking about like it's great to see a female up there and change it up. And now like in 2020, for me, I'm pointing out now as like a cool thing, but I didn't even think about it till now that we have 3 massive major blockbuster like comic book properties, and they're all female led, which is like funny where we were when we started this podcast. Even then,
and some of them are directed as well too, or produced.
Wonder
Woman.
No, I think they're all. That's what I'm thinking. I think they're all directed by females.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So there you go. That's a lot has changed in these 4 years since we started podcasting.
Hell yeah.
When we talk about that, wow, Wonder Woman's being made. That's crazy. And Captain Marvel, $1 billion. So you're sticking with a 3.
Yeah.
You need a trailer.
Yep.
Anything? I think we're both in the same boat. That I think so far with Black Widow and Wonder Woman, I think we're in the same boat that they're both. All these movies will be successful.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, for sure.
So there, I'll give you that. If I think it's an easy answer, but what do you think's more successful out of those 3, money wise? Because you got.
I think it might be Wonder Woman.
That's what I was gonna say. You got Wonder Woman, big movie, but then you got Black Widow, which is Marvel, and you think about Captain Marvel, hit $1 billion. So if it's good, it can do that.
Yeah.
But then you got Birds of Prey. Everybody loves Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
You know that. You know it comes out 2020. I still think they should have put this in like October or something because even actually it won't matter because October 2020, all those Harley Quinn costumes are going to be back out. Remember when Suicide Squad came out and how many females were?
That's true. There's even a lot of like the Joker costumes as well.
Yeah,
too.
I blanked those out of my memory. But the thing is with this movie, she has so many different outfits in this movie.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Hopefully there'll be different looks of Harley Quinn's, but there's going to be so many. Hell, I might even do it just for the hell of it. I said it the other day. This might be a weird comment to you, but I said there's a we were looking for family photos, Emily and I, and there was this like sweater or something. Like, oh, it looks really good. She's like, oh, that's a female one. I'm like, Man, you guys got such good clothes. That's why I wish I was rich and eccentric so I could wear weird clothes and no one would call me on it. But
you could just be eccentric. That's fine.
Yeah, but I feel like in my life that I live right now, people would give me eyes. But that's why if you're rich, people go, oh, he can do whatever he wants. But like in my just living a normal life, like why is he like wearing a huge top hat the size of like 5 feet? It's like, well, I kind of want to.
Yeah, well, he's living his best life.
So another person who's living his best life is Jared Leto, because Jared Leto, he just won't stay away from comic book.
That segue.
He's just not staying away from comic book movies. So I think you might have forgotten about. Do you remember what I'm about to talk about?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you probably forgot this box number. So July 31st, 2020. So far we've got Birds of Prey, got Black Widow, you got Wonder Woman. These huge properties. Yeah. July 31st, 2020, you have Morbius starring Jared Leto as Morbius. Just like Venom, it's going to be a separate solo spinoff. What do you think about the idea of Morbius getting his own film, and what do you think about the idea of Jared Leto playing him? And as of right now, no Spider-Man connections. There could be something in the future. Maybe they're hiding. But as of right now, just think of it like Venom. It's its own thing. What do you think about... Are you excited for a Morbius movie?
Actually, I didn't mind more. I'm just thinking about when we did the Spider-Man retrospective.
Yeah, go back and check that out. We reviewed all those episodes, and you were on all the Morbius ones. So, yeah.
So I didn't mind Morbius as a character. I thought he was pretty interesting. So... wouldn't be too bad. Like, I don't mind it as a movie and kind of standalone. Oh, I feel like that's a little bit better than Venom. Like, the Venom was good. I put
him on the same wavelength as far as being. Yeah. I always have a problem with honestly both of them because I just wish they were Spider-Man villains instead of the solo stuff. So I'm just being spoon-fed, like force-fed these spin-off Spider-Man movies because these are this one
anti-villain stuff.
Yeah, and this one like Venom, it's not connected to the MCU because it's Sony. They're doing their own Spider-Man things.
Oh, I see.
So okay, so you're down for Morbius movie?
I'm down for Morbius.
Like, so what about Jared Leto playing?
Yeah,
Morbius? No. You don't think there's a chance he could make a good performance here?
I'm sure. No.
Oh wow. Okay. Do you think? How do you think it would be? How do you think it's gonna do financially?
How did Venom do financially?
Venom did big. Venom was huge. Venom was huge in China too. That was a big thing. The Chinese loved Venom.
The China market.
Yeah, Taylor's Chinese. If you believe him, he's Asian. He says he's portion Asian. His expression is never doubt the Chinese. I don't know where he came up with that, but that's what he says.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, sorry, never underestimate the Chinese. So.
Wow. Okay, I'm not gonna underestimate that.
But don't you think at least though?
I think it'll do well, and if Venom did pretty well overall, I think Morbius will do.
Do you not think though that more people would know the name Venom than Morbius? Like Venom's the Black Spider-Man, he's evil Spider-Man.
Before I did retrospective, I didn't know who Morbius was, but I would know who Venom is.
Yeah.
But that's only because of the Spider-Man of like Tobey Maguire, like that.
True, yeah. But even then, he has that legway, right? Of like, he was in that one. And even though Spider-Man 3 is not the greatest movie, it did very, very well. So a lot of people knew that character, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
What's your excitement level for this? Obviously, there's no trailer, a long ways away. I think this is, for me, as far as money-wise, to spoil my thoughts, I don't know why they're releasing this in July. I feel like if you have a vampire movie, it should be October. But I think there is something else coming in October for them. Yeah, we'll talk about that next. Venom's coming out in October.
Venom 2?
Yeah, Venom 2 is coming out in October. So obviously it's probably because of filming, but I would have flipped those and put Venom in the summer, but Morbius is further along. So I guess. Even then, I would have put Venom in 2021 and pushed it. And then I think the Morbius movie should definitely be a Halloween movie. That just feels like those vibes. But what's your excitement for this?
I don't know. It's like... I think, like, for me, like, when Venom first came out, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm just comparing it to Venom a lot because it's very similar.
The same company. It's a Spider-Man spin-off villain. You know?
I think I'm going to go even, like, less excited than the other ones. So I'm going to say, like, a 2, 2.5. So
it's on the 2 or 2.5. That you have to choose because a 2, there's a lot of difference between a 2 and a 2.5. A 2.5 at least is a pass. It's 50%.
A pass so that you want to see it?
Well... No, I'm just saying on your excitement. If you 2.5, that's 50%. But if you do the 2%, that's not good. That's less than a pass. That means you're not really that excited.
I'm gonna go with a 2 then.
Yeah,
I'm not really that excited. I think if it was just Morbius, sick. But now like Jared Leto's involved with this. Like, I'm not saying like he's a shitty actor or anything like that.
We've seen him.
It's just like
do shitty acting.
It'll be interesting to see what way he goes to portray this character and why he went from.
Well, they didn't want him as Joker anymore because they got Joaquin Phoenix, so that's why he didn't choose that.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So now he's got to pick his next best shot.
And the public chose that for him. I think they saw that.
The
public
did choose that.
No, thank you. It's like at your restaurant and the burger's kind of raw, and you're like, "Can you?
Do you want
to take this back, please?"
Do you want a T-shirt with all the Jokers on it, or do you want a T-shirt without the one Joker on it?
Yeah, I'll take that one without him. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Trying to think.
He's on the same.
It's it's definitely a fail for me. There's no thing. I was just trying to think how low it is between like a 2 or a 1. So
wow.
I'll go 1. I have no excitement for this movie. I think this movie actually could bomb. I do think it was because I just think 1.
First comic book movie to bomb in like 10 years.
No, there's been ones that
I guess
bombed.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four bomb. Yeah, that's my thing with Liam. I always say comic book fatigue will be when a well-reviewed movie gets bombed. That's different. Yeah. Fantastic Four, everyone disliked. Like Dark Phoenix bombed, but everyone disliked it or thought it wasn't that good. Like there's not one that people say is great comes out then it bombs. So I don't know how it's gonna be. I just think that. Are people kind of done with vampires right now? Like, it's not really a fad.
It's not really a fad right now.
And that's why I just.
But like, you could get back a little bit back into it.
Is Morbius gonna be the one to do it?
Who knows?
Yeah,
if it's well done.
That's what I'm saying. That could be. That's what it has to be. I just think that I don't think enough people are excited for a vampire movie, especially in the summer. I just think the summer is a weird date for it. I don't think you want to see spooky vampire action.
Definitely in October would be the best time. for that.
Yeah. So I just don't. I don't see people being excited for a vampire movie in general. I don't see most people, other than maybe fans of his band and fans of Jared Leto, being excited for like a Jared Leto vampire movie. I don't think he's a massive star.
Yeah.
And I just also think if they go, oh, it's that Spider-Man villain, I don't think anyone's going to know who Morbius is. And
no, not at all.
I think the only shot they have is somehow if they can work out some deal with MCU to have Spider-Man appear in this somehow to get some excitement. But if that doesn't happen, I don't know. Jared Leto, he can be a good actor. I actually think this could be a good fit for him because he sometimes kind of comes off as a creepy guy and not in the proper way, in the weird way. And Morbius is kind of weird character. I just also... Morbius has been good before, but it's the same thing as Venom that I just hate we're starting with him as this anti-hero good guy and we're going to be cheering for him. It's just like, do I care? And right now I don't. And
no, there's other things I'd rather be watching. So
well, yeah, like we'll review this for the podcast because I see it. So me and the geeks will sit down, we'll talk about it for 2 hours and talk about, oh, we loved it or disappointed. But as of right now, like out of all these movies coming out, I would easily, if I could not see one in the year, this would be the one. So I'll go a 1.5. Like I guess the only 0.5 in the one is like for my intrigueness because I think this could just be a disaster. I think this could lose money. I think it could I think it could be bad. I don't know much about the director, but it could also surprise. So
we'll see what happens.
Last one coming is Venom 2. Or sorry, no, I was wrong. We still got 3 more technically. Venom 2. I'm gonna give this.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Yeah, I was questioning between 2 or 2.5 because I just don't know if I should. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 2 because I watched Venom the first time. I liked it enough. It was kind of funny. I watched it again. It was tough to get through. I don't like the universe they've set up. I don't like the humor they've going on. I feel like Tom Hardy's wasted in this movie because I feel like he should be in such a better role or be in a better movie.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis is directing this, so there is a director change, so I think that could be good for it. But I just have to go off what they did with the first one, and I'm not excited for this. Anytime they talk about people being like, yeah, I want to see Tom Holland in Venom 2 or something, like, I don't want him to be in these shitty-ass movies. Like,
he's better than this.
Yeah, keep him away from this. Like, so I'm going to go 2. I don't have... Like, Carnage is going to come in. He's played by Woody Harrelson. But from that end credit scene, I was not a fan of the Carnage they set up. It looked really cheesy. For a guy to look in the camera and say there's going to be Carnage, it's like... Oh, no. And I know these are based off comic books, but that's why you don't adapt fully. You like change some stuff. And unless you're being like Taika Waititi and having some fun with it, I don't know. So I'm excited for this more than Morbius, I guess, but I don't really care about Venom 2.
No, I agree as well too. Like Venom, like I wasn't the biggest fan of Venom. Like I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, that was like kind of what I expected, but like not. It wasn't the greatest film. that I've seen.
No, it wasn't the greatest film you've ever seen.
No. Surprise.
This movie, I don't think you're gonna have much excited for it. Is let's see, it's The Eternals. It's an MCU movies. It's the most exciting editions come out featuring the most diverse and potentially largest cast, save Avengers Endgame, about the strongest superheroes in the universe. I don't know much about the Eternals. They're just like a bunch of like earthly beings and whatnot. They're just like they have powers of the gods, and apparently they've been hiding out or something on Earth. This is MCU, and this is something that I would give it 2 to because I don't really care about it. I know you don't know that much about, so I don't think it's gonna be that high for you. But I'll give you some of the cast, and maybe you'll be excited. Angelina Jolie, Richard Madden from Game of Thrones, who played Robb Stark.
Yeah.
Kit Harington from Game of Thrones, who played Jon Snow.
Yeah.
He's in it. Kumail Nanjiani. Salma Hayek, Gemma Chan, and then these rest of people. Brian Tyree Henry from Atlanta. You like that show?
Yeah.
Don Lee and Barry Coran. You don't know those people,
It's
but
pretty big actors and actresses.
big cast. Lots of people I like in it. That's the only thing that's. You know what? Actually, I'll lie. I'll give it a 2.5. You know why? It's MCU, so I'll still give it a pass. They'll usually put out quality, and there is good actors in there. I'm excited to see what Kit Harington's going to do post Game of Thrones. I'm happy for him because I didn't know what his career was going to be like, and being an MCU is always a good thing. It's fun that he's going to be reunited with his like Stark brother in this. So obviously you don't know much about it. It's another space kind of like Guardians movie. They're not like Guardians the way that they're misfits, but they're kind of like a bunch of like at one point when the Eternals. Like I don't think he's in the movie, but like it was Thanos' dad or something like that. So, do you have any interest in Marvel going up to space with this cast and doing some freaky deaky weird stuff?
Well, the cast is pretty interesting, so that's got me. So I'm gonna go back to the old 3.
Yeah, the old 3.
Yeah,
I'll give you this one because it's not a movie, but it's coming out this year, and I think it's worth talking about. We just watched that expanding the universe on Disney Plus. Falcon and Winter Soldier. What do you think about that? What's your excitement level for that? And I know it's not a movie, but it's worth talking about. It's
TV
kind
show,
of
yeah,
and it's gonna be as long as a movie by time. So
actually, I'm probably a little bit more interested in that just because it's more of a continuation of what's been happening since like the whole, I guess, Endgame.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean for me. Like as much as I'm not a big fan of all these other ones doing prequels, it's just like, okay, well, we get it.
And this is not a prequel; it's a continuation.
It's a continuation. So like, I'm kind of excited to see where they take this, and because I want to know more about what happens with those characters now, instead of what was happening between the characters between the other movies. So. I'm pretty pumped. Actually, I'm a lot more excited for these than I am for the other ones, to be honest.
So what's your number then? It's higher than a 3, I imagine, right?
3.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Nothing has you on a 4. What is that?
Nothing. I guess like none of the movies this year or coming up have really got me like, oh, I need to go watch that movie or see that movie.
Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do.
Well, it's kind of hard because we came off such a hype year.
True.
With like Endgame and Joker. Like I remember last year when we were doing this like a similar cast to this, and we talked about like just the Joker in general, and we were coming up with theories. Like I think I was way more anticipated to watch that than anything else.
Yeah.
I think even more than for Endgame, to be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the stuff we know that's announced for the next few years, and not it to talk about. Anyways, Winter Soldier and Falcon, you've heard me talk about. That's a 5 for me. I can't wait. I think him giving the shield, him seeing him becoming Captain America is going to be fun, or even just the idea that I think with them having a U.S. agent in there, I think there's going to be some fun, like, not fun, but I think they're going to hit on some tones of racism in government, because I think Cap gave him the shield, said you can be Captain America, but then government's going to bring in another white dude and be like, oh, he should be Captain America, and like, why can't I be? And I think it will be because, oh, you're not this, but you'll also have that underlining of like, oh, it's also because you're not white either, you know? So I love if they went there. I would have said no, but Black Panther went there. That had a lot to do with race. So
it's true.
If that happens again, that'd be great, because Black Panther is one of my favorite MCU movies. But I'm going to just quick fire rattle these movies that are coming off from 2021 to 2022, and I just want to know if any of them are above a 4 for you.
Okay.
Actually, first let's just start with those Disney Plus shows. So what about Loki? Is that above? Is a 4 above?
No.
Okay. Why is that? Because kind of the only thing, it's not a prequel though. It is. You remember in Endgame when Loki gets that when they go back in time and 2012 Loki gets that Tesseract. It's not a prequel. It's about a Loki in a different multiverse. So it's that one, and it's like what happens if he escaped.
So I
still no.
Like don't get me wrong. I really enjoy it.
But still not a 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that What If series.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I give that a 4.
You give that a 4? Okay.
Yeah.
So we got one, folks. We got one.
The What If series.
The WandaVision one.
Not a 4.
Are you saying not a 4 because the sitcom stuff that they said? So I think what's happening, because Dylan said the same thing when they announced that he was not for that. I think what's going to happen is there's going to be some crazy weird stuff going on. And I think we're going to see, because there's rumors that they've actually filmed some of the stuff in WandaVision in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah.
I think she's going to make up some like weird world, or Vision when they bring him back is going to have some weird distorted world. And he's going to think of himself in like a TV comedy for a little while.
Oh.
I think there's going to be a full episode of them like in a like, oh, Wanda, like where's it, like, and it's going to be like trippy on purpose. Yeah.
That's your theory. Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting.
Still not forward. Okay.
No.
Hawkeye.
It's intriguing. I guess I want to see more, so I'll go 4.
You go 4? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what else was there. The ones you would know. What was the? Because Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, you don't know that much about, so you need some trailers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
What is? I feel like there was one more they showed.
There was the anime. Oh no, that was the What If series.
That was the What If. Hawkeye. There was maybe that was it. Yeah,
maybe that was it.
Maybe that was it. There's probably some massive one I'm missing, and I've lost my whatever cred. Hang on, let me look. There's a movie coming out 2020 Marvel called Shang-Chi. He's the master of kung fu. You got excited for that?
You know how I like my kung fu?
Mm-hmm.
I'm indifferent. Well, I think just because Iron Fist kind of was not what I expected.
Bad taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for something different. You find out what it was?
I think I know this, but the viewers will not know what you're rating it. Doctor Strange 2 with Multiverse Madness. Scarlet Witch is going to be in that along with him as well, though.
Oh, interesting.
What do you think? Because I know you're not the biggest Doctor Strange fan.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I know, but
I liked it.
Is it a top 10 MCU movie?
No.
No.
Is it for you?
No. It's dead in the middle.
How about for Dylan?
I think he has that like in the top 5 or 3 spots.
Yeah, he really liked Doctor Strange.
Taylor did as well too.
Of course, Taylor did.
Mm-hmm.
What Taylor doesn't like?
He doesn't like Saw 7. He doesn't like Man of Steel. He doesn't like the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck. He doesn't like. Oh, you should have heard him rant about Lady and the Tramp on Disney Plus. He did not like that. He gave it like a. Is this the live action? Yeah, he gave it like a 2.5. So we've slowly started to turn him. So is Doctor Strange 4 higher for you for excitement?
It's less than 4.
Okay. Spider-Man 3.
Oh, 4.
Okay. The Batman. Robert Pattinson's The Batman.
Oh, 5.
Wow. Yeah, I'm about that too. Suicide Squad sequel directed by James Gunn, who did the Guardians movies.
Interesting. Intrigued.
Margot Robbie's in it.
Yeah.
Idris Elba's in it. John Cena's in it.
No.
Pete Davidson's in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. I remember us talking about this earlier. I'm gonna say 4.
Wow. Okay.
I'm interested. So for those movies, because it's like interesting where they're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
And with what they're gonna do with those characters. So I'm more intrigued, like way more intrigued of like what's going on, what's gonna happen. Meanwhile, like the other Marvel like movies, like I don't know, they're pretty good. I know what I'm getting. It's like you're going to McDonald's, like. You know it's McD's, like you know what you're gonna get every time, and it's always the same. You're never really disappointed, other than the fact that you get sick afterwards. But that's about it.
Marvel movies make you sick?
But
what are you, Martin Scorsese over here talking about how they're not cinema? Are you also Liam?
But Marvel movies are amazing.
You're saying they're all
No, I'm saying the McDonald's part makes you sick, and the Marvel movies doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So here's a movie that I would think stood out for you instead of just being the regular old McDonald's Marvel. Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
Is that a 4?
Yeah, it's a 4.
Is that just a 4?
5.
That's a 5 for me. Last one I got here is Thor: Love and Thunder with Taika Waititi come back director.
Oh, 5. Bring me back to that.
How do you feel about yeah. How do you feel about Jane Foster, Natalie Portman come back and she's gonna be Thor this time? She gets the powers of Thor with the hammer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, so you're rocking.
I really like Natalie Portman, so
yeah, you love Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, I did.
That's everything.
That's everything?
Yeah, so here's my quick thing. So they announced a bunch of Marvel dates, and a lot of them are like, they're just like untitled Marvel movie, but we kind of know, oh, it's probably Captain Marvel 2, blah, blah, blah. But there's a few dates where people are trying to speculate that it couldn't be a sequel. So there's 4 movies I'm going to throw at you, but like I won't throw them all at you.
Yeah.
2 people have speculated as far as one date. There's a movie coming out for the first time in Marvel ever in October. Some people have said, do you think that's Blade? Because that'd be like almost what we talk about more as horror-ish month. Or do you think it could be Deadpool because there's rumors that Deadpool's going to come back? In your opinion, I've asked you about the PG-13 Deadpool before. Are you fine with that, or are you going to be bummed if they announced it's PG-13?
I think I need to watch the PG-13 version of Deadpool 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because I haven't seen that. But
that would convince you if you liked it or not?
Yeah, that would convince me. But I feel like that movie was... Like, was the PG... Because you've seen it.
I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was good. And that was when they edited it after. So I think if they knew going into and filmed PG-13, I think they could have a lot of fun. They can even drop one F-bomb still.
Yeah, well, that's perfect.
In your opinion, though, because Blade also being the MCU is kind of weird, gun to your head, if you were to think, what do you think is more likely to appear in the MCU first? Is Blade or Deadpool? Because they have actors, they don't have announced dates and stuff like that. But what do you think is more likely in this landscape we are, post-Endgame world?
I think it's... The way they're going, I think it's going to be Blade. I think they'll do Blade first, and then, excuse me, just because Deadpool has been we already had 2 movies, and so they'll just, and they've redid for the PG-13 movie as well too. So I think they'll do Blade first, and then probably introduce Deadpool after or something like that, because they want to at least like start some sort of this new era, new world. But all these new movies that are coming out are kind of just more like prequels or not really a continuation.
They're always starting anew, like Eternals, Shang-Chi. They're all lots of them are new characters.
So once that starts getting rolling, and then they can introduce back to an older character into this new world, I guess, or however they want to introduce this characters or Deadpool. So
we've talked about this a lot on the cast. So I want to get your opinion too, as far as or X-Men, like the Team X-Men versus Fantastic Four. Same thing. What do you see appearing first?
X-Men.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
Just because I feel like a lot of those characters are pretty well known, and people would want to see that now into the MCU.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like I guess with Fantastic Four, like we've seen it a couple times, but like I feel, and even though let's say some of the X-Men movies did bomb as well too.
Yeah.
I feel like they're still a lot more popular than Fantastic Four was. Like I don't see a kid dressing up as like
not yet
Johnny Torch.
His name's Johnny Storm, and his hero name is Human Torch. Right. Johnny Torch.
Human Torch.
I
just got like mixed together.
No, I know. So I'll lay this. So, we know the announced dates from like 2020 and 2021. So I'll say from 2022 to 2025 is there an X-Men movie, that chunk. So I'd say like the next 4 years is there an X-Men MCU movie.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think it's longer?
I think it might be longer. What
do
you think?
Fantastic Four is longer?
Yeah.
I don't think like you. I'm the reverse. I think F4 comes in first.
Oh really?
I think.
Well, I guess it's been a while since they've done F4.
Yeah, 2015. It's coming on 5 years now.
Yeah.
Wow. Getting old. I'm the reverse as you. I think people do love the X-Men, so I think you can make people wait for that. And also, I think you want people to not forget, but not feel as bad as, not as close to Logan and X-Men, all that. So when they do cast a new Wolverine, it's not like, that's not Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
If it's been a while, people might be like, I'm ready to see a new Wolverine. I don't care who it is. We're Fantastic Four. The way Fantastic Four always reminds me is after Amazing Spider-Man 2, when everyone's like, other than Andrew and Emma, everyone was like, well, you loved that movie. Well, not loved. You really liked it until we did the retro, and then you're like, yeah, it wasn't good. But for the most part, most of us were like, we're not done with Spider-Man, but that Spider-Man movie was not good. Marvel took it and right away rebooted, recasted, did a new thing. Obviously, it's been almost 5 years since Fantastic Four, which is crazy to think about, but I think they want to maybe do that and rehab the Fantastic Four, and then I think they'll debut them the same way they did Spidey, where they'll be in a film first before they get their own film. Where I think X-Men, you can come out and do an X-Men movie. Yeah. I think Fantastic Four has burned people so many times. I don't know if you can come out and get people that excited. So that's why I think you introduce them in an Avengers movie or something. So I think X-Men is no for the next, because some people have said that you're not alone. Some people think there's these dates in I think it's 2023, and there's two of them. And some people saying that those 2 dates could be Fantastic Four and X-Men. I think that's too much for 1 year. I don't think we'll get them like that. I think it's you do one the other or wait a little bit, not too long, but I think F4 would be first, and then I think X-Men still. We're going into 2020. I think before. I think before 2025, but like close to it. Like there's a small gap, and I think that's where X-Men could be in. But I think F4 is first, personally. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Even maybe who knows? Maybe some people have said that it could be Disney Plus as well. That's how you do F4. They just said our Disney Plus show, and you bring them in because they've said all those like those new characters like She-Hulk, they'll go into the movies after their shows. So.
Oh, that's not. Oh, really?
Yeah. Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk. So it's not going to be like Netflix Marvel, where it's like, oh, these characters, Feige's confirmed that all of them will go into the movies.
Oh, well, that's not too bad then.
Yeah. So they're not relegated to just a TV show.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, we have to watch a full movie of like Fantastic Four, like again.
Yeah.
Which I feel like it's like almost not enough time because you spend the whole entire movie of like explaining their origin.
Well, that's why maybe a TV show could work. There's 4 characters. You got Doctor Doom in there. Bring him over. Why not?
Yeah, bring Doctor Doom.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants. Obviously, there's massive Fantastic Four fans, but the casuals that are like, yeah, we like Fantastic Four, but everyone's like, yeah, Doctor Doom. Like, just give him like. You guys can keep F4. Give us Doom as the next. Yeah, I hope he's like the next Thanos. He should be. He really should. So. The last little news I want to talk to you a bit about because it's rumored is Joker 2. So because you and I was surprised because I have been on record. I'm very excited for Joker 2. I said, hey, they've announced that it might be happening. Yeah. And you were kind of like, I don't know. So why?
I'm still on the fence on it.
You're still on the fence. Why are you on the fence?
I'm on the fence just because I enjoyed the first one obviously so much and that I kind of liked it as a standalone and I kind of just... like the origin of where it is and kind of just that not like it felt like an indie film but not really.
Oh, definitely. I think it did. It did with a bit bigger of a budget. Like honestly, 55 million still a nice indie film, but they were going for that feel, that aesthetic, I'd say.
Yeah, and just like the way it was done, I just kind of liked it just the way it was, and to keep adding more onto it was kind of takes the magic away from the first one that happened. And I think that's more the only reason why. Like, of course, I want to keep seeing him and again see where he goes with this.
Because a funny stat, there's never been someone that's played the Joker live action twice.
Interesting.
Yeah. Jared Leto was hoping. Didn't happen. Yeah. Heath Ledger fortunately passed away. Yeah. Jack Nicholson's Joker dies in the movie. So it's never happened. So it would be the first time anyone played the Joker twice in the movies. So
interesting. Yeah. And like it would be cool to see like if they bring in like Robert Pattinson's Batman.
That's what you're wanting.
And if they can, but like it all depends, like what Robertson Batman and what type of way they go in that universe or whatever they want. But if I feel like I would be more okay if he crossed over in there than just like another second standalone, because then it's like, well, where do you go from where he's at? Like obviously he can meet more people or beat up like more villains. Yeah, not villains, but like the
villains to him.
Villains to
adversaries,
him, like other drug dealers and try to take over.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask you. Where if they come to you and Joker 2's done, like, and they ask you, or not done, but let's say they are doing it. Yeah. What do you want to see? Like, obviously you're kind of on the fence about seeing, but what would you find intriguing? Is it that it has to link up with a Batman Robert Pattinson movie or Robert Pattinson movie, or is that the only route, or is there anything else they could touch? Because the only counter I would say is at least for spoilers for the Joker, so tune out, is that last like half an hour of the movie is the first time he's like really the Joker. So we didn't we saw mostly Arthur Fleck, right? So that's my only counters. You could maybe see him be that more and rise up as a criminal, but that's what would you want to see if you have to see a Joker too?
I don't know what I would see. I think that's like the hard part is like I don't know what to expect from a second one. Yeah, and I don't know.
Is there anything you would want them to cover? Because obviously they covered mental health a lot in this. They covered kind of like the disparity between like the rich and the poor. Like, is there any themes that you'd want them to dive more on, or any new themes, anything like that?
I guess I have no idea. Like I feel like that's why the first one is so good. Like the themes that they've touched on. Like I don't know like what other themes other than you dive more into like how like the mental illness, like, you know, once you go to jail, like no one really helps you out. Like you're still stuck in the same cycle.
Do they introduce Harleen Quinzel doctor or something like that?
I hope not. Yeah.
You hope not? See, everything that you hope not, I'm like, yeah, I want that. I want that.
I don't though, because I just liked him stand alone doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I'm kind of biased and I don't really like too much of a love interest in movies, as you know.
Yeah.
For the new fans, I don't really like. I feel like romance really takes away from the rest of the movie. Just like, oh, here's another ad like. Element to add.
Is that a movie thing or is that a personal thing in your heart?
It's a personal thing. That was before a personal thing. No, I think just in general, I just feel like it's another way to like add another element to a movie. But of course, it sells, and that's what people want to see.
It's the first ever $1 billion. Oh, you mean romance sales? Okay, I think you meant Joker. Yeah,
no,
romance.
Joker.
Well, yeah, because everyone. It doesn't matter
like
for most people, I guess, unless you're asexual.
Yeah.
We've lost the asexual demographic.
Yeah.
Matt, we're screwed now.
Yeah.
No offense. I'm just saying I've not met a single I've heard of them, but I've never met anyone asexual in my life. I don't think that demographic would be huge if you lost it. But even then, I think romance is something everyone can relate to.
Right?
Yeah.
And that, you know what? It sells, and I get it. And that's fine, but
Joker
just for
2,
me,
Valentine's Day movie.
It just doesn't. For me, it just doesn't hit all the time.
Yeah, it's nothing you need. Okay, so for
that's
me,
why I like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, because it was just her kicking ass.
It's like fuck yeah, that's all I want.
Yeah. So I've been on this bandwagon since the beginning for a few reasons. One, I'd like to see, like what I talked about, I want to see another Joker, see what he would do, continuing just to evolve that performance. I trust them enough because I love that first film, so I would trust them. Even the director said, like, if we make it, it's going to be because we have a good story. Every director says that. Like, you're not going to say, oh, we're going to make it for the money. So that could be complete bullshit, but I trust it enough. I feel like it is inevitable just because it's the first ever radar movie to make $1 billion and it had like a $55 million budget. So it's the most profitable comic book movie of all time. So it's one of those, like, it just feels like a no-brainer. For me, the themes, I think you could still touch on all the old themes you've done.
Yeah.
But the two things I want to see more of is, one, I want to see what happens more to Gotham, because we're coming in on Joker and Gotham is like, just really starting to turn in that crapple. Like, it's just turning over. People are riding, stuff like that. I don't think we need Batman. I'm in the camp too where I'd love somehow of like if they did Robert Pattinson's movies and there was no Joker, they didn't even mention, and then eventually they bring it in. But we have to see his because his take place in 2019. That doesn't really work out. But
yeah, and I guess the other thing is like the age difference between the Joker's a very like will be an old dude compared to like, you know, like 10, 15
Which
years.
is fine because I think this Joker, even at the age of 40, looks like he could get hit once and be dead. Yeah. So I think like his age wouldn't matter because no matter what, he's weak. And because that's the second thing I like to see is, once again, spoilers for the Joker, so turn away, is at the end of the movie when they bust him out of that cop car and they lift him up and he's dancing in the car and he does that great shot. He does the blood smell and everyone's cheering. Yeah. I think they did such a good job of capturing, like, he's a Marilyn Manson type of figure that he can, even if it was kind of by mistakes on this stuff, he has everyone's attention. He has everyone's film. That's why for me, the Harley Quinn thing, I wouldn't take Harley Quinn to be her dressing up as like what Margot Robbie does, this and that. I would just take it as, what if Joaquin Phoenix's Joker worked as a almost Charlie Manson and took in followers in the same way as like a Harley Quinn doctor that way. Because what was my biggest complaint in Suicide Squad is they just start and they're just in love. I would have loved to have seen, how does the Joker torment this guy or torment this girl? How does he twist her mind to bring over? And that would be
fairness,
great.
They did do that a bit in Suicide Squad.
They showed it for like 30 seconds.
Well, everything happened so quick in that movie. So
but
I'm just saying, that did happen.
It did. But that's why I think there's a whole movie there, and that's why that's the approach I would take. This is look at him as like a cult leader now, instead of the he's going insane, because clearly he's insane now. He's gone. He's off. Like, the movie ends with him killing the other psychiatrist and trying to escape the hospital again. Yeah. So I think, and that's the way too. If people go, oh, this guy's not that smart. That's the thing. Joker is a criminal mastermind, but I think this is a different take, and that's the thing where he doesn't have to almost outthink his way out of the prison. I just think like enough people are in love with this guy and look at him as a symbol, they would break him out of prison himself. And I'd love to see you could get a follow-up on little Bruce Wayne. I don't think you need to see him as Batman yet, but I think that's the thing. I'd like to see more of Gotham, and I'd like to see him as like this cult figure, because the movie set that up as like they're holding them and whatnot. What more happens in that movie? I don't know. Who's this villain? I don't know, but I would be down just because I love that performance so much and I want to see more of it. There was a report that came out from a different Hollywood reporter that said it wasn't. I shouldn't say that. It was Deadline, not Hollywood Reporter. It's film jargon. Okay. There's one report that said it wasn't happening. Those reports were false and everything like that. My theory is that I think they're saying that because the Oscars are coming up, and I think they know if there's a sequel announced, it would hurt his chances, because some people might be like, we'll see him again, so we don't got to give him an award, or some other snobby voters might be like, oh, like, oh, it's just another comic book.
movie.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think because the director even came out and said we're not doing one.
Yeah.
He said there's been talks, but there's no deals. I think it's just him in the press saying that. I think there will be one. But what would you think about those ideas that I threw as far as like him as like a cult leader or whatnot in a way? Because that's, in my opinion, how the movie ended. That he has this massive following, right? And you don't think they wouldn't try to get him out of Arkham or stuff like that? They broke him out of once, that cop car, so why not again?
Yeah. I think that's not a bad theory that you have there. I'm just trying to think of all the docus that I've watched and all the cult leading stuff, and it's pretty crazy to see how like they develop into that. And
see, what if they do like a docu, almost like movie, but Harleen Quinzel is the one hosting it, and obviously it's the 80s, so it's not really a big thing back then. But you know, what if she's not a doctor this time? What if she's like a reporter trying to like crack the nut up? Well, no, I shouldn't say.
No, it would
crack the nut of Arthur Fleck.
or she's some sort of like investigator and try to figure out more information.
Silence of the Lamb style.
Yeah. And then they just end up falling in love in that way.
Of course, that's how we all do it, you know.
But no, I don't mind your theory. It's not something I would have thought of, so that's good.
But you're still in that camp of you're uneasy.
I'm still I'm uneasy. I kind of just like to stand alone.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Anything else to say, sir, on anything?
Nah.
Had a nice little conversation. That was just to get your wheels greased up before we start again in the future.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
The wheels are getting greased.
I like that he says, "Oh, perfect." Like we didn't just announce the show at the beginning. Like he has no idea. Like he has no idea we're doing something with Liam in 2020. I'm not even sure what our first thought will be. I'm not sure. At that point too, I guess we're probably gonna talk about life things, and who knows what's happening in 2020.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, we'll talk about we should probably talk about the past decade. Talk about where we were in 2009 compared to, or 2010 compared to now.
Yeah.
Be a good like repeat topic in that show because
that would be pretty interesting actually.
A lot of things have changed.
Yeah. A lot of things have changed.
And yet everything stays the same.
Yeah. Well, I guess we were still in high school.
Yeah, we were the last year of high school, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that is a valid topic. Talk about just moving out in general and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a rant rave repeat episode though.
Well, that's why they're going to be combined. It's going to be combined. My idea is kind of always to start off with like the movie news comic book stuff. Yeah. If it was, let's say a cast was 2 hours, the first hour is kind of like that juicy geek news for people that like the dynamic duo stuff. And then the last hour is like us sticking around talking about regular stuff. So you get the best of both worlds.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. So. Well, thank you very much, Kyle.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, so I can't wait. That's going to be lots of fun. We'll get the third. Well, there won't be a third person in the chair.
Oh, thank God. I've been stressing out this entire time looking at that clown at the chair. I'm not even joking.
That won't be on the 2021 because it'll just be audio. So look out for that. Further announcements are going to be very exciting. But if you like what we did here, catch us then. Or if not, All Geek First, we're reviewing a bunch of Mandalorian stuff. Rise of Skywalker's coming out. We just got tons of stuff on the channel right now. So in the description down below, you got the video feed, you got the audio feed, all the links there. Just hit that button and go to subscribe, like, rate, and review. So thank you very much. And until next time,
we'll see you later. Yeah, I got it. I remembered.
I know. I was going to point and ask you if you remember, but you just pulled the trigger and did it without me.
Yeah.
You just were going.
I just sent it.
Do you think Liam will remember that?
I don't think Liam will remember it.
We'll try and get him.
We'll see him. Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks again.